When I talk with many people around me, I realize how we don't understand the same thing about business. What is business for you? Is it just about making money, being rich? Is there only one way to succeed in business? Do you need to focus on one specific approach and stick on it whatever the situation? Hey everyone, I'm Ivan from Frequencyclick. You see, when it comes to achieving success, there is no one-size-fits-all approach. In fact, becoming too rigid or dogmatic about following a specific method can often hinder rather than help our progress. So, what is business for me? Well, it's more than just a means to an end. It's a way of life. It's about embracing versatility, adapting to change, and constantly evolving our strategies to meet the challenges of the modern world. But here's the thing. Business isn't just about making money or achieving a specific outcome. It's about so much more than that. For me, business is a method of self-expression, a way of exposing myself to the world, practicing mindfulness, and clarifying my thoughts through writing and meaningful communication. It's about sharing my knowledge, skills, and experiences with others in a way that adds value to their lives. Now, let's talk about imposter syndrome. You know, that nagging feeling that you are not experienced enough or qualified to share your ideas with the world.
I remember when I was first starting my YouTuber course, which, we started sort of October 2020, and it has now become by far that has been a ridiculously profitable decision. But I remember having a Zoom call with two internet friends of mine who also run courses and saying to them, I don't really feel I can do a course teaching people how to be YouTubers. Like I've only got 1.2 million subscribers. And they were just like, are you hearing yourself right now? I was like, I've only got 1.2 million subscribers. Like, why would anyone sign up to a YouTube course from me? Like, what the hell do I know? Like, talk to the guy who's got 20 million subscribers. Yeah. And they were like, you have no idea what you just said. How dumb that sounds.
Yeah, exactly. And
I was like, oh shit, really?
It happens everywhere. I think it happens to the best of us. I think, we downplay our own achievements.
I dealt with imposter syndrome when I started this channel, for sure. My imposter syndrome about starting a channel about ADHD when I didn't go to school to learn about ADHD was so strong that I kind of hoped that nobody who actually did belong in that space would ever see it. There's this kind of sensitivity to it, and anytime anybody questions you, maybe there's a little extra sensitivity of defensiveness of oh, they think I shouldn't be here, because that's how I feel. Right? I feel like I shouldn't be here. And so anything that anybody else does or says that makes me feel the same way, I immediately shrink. Because I agree with them. And it's painful to say that, but a lot of the time I agree with them. And when people started telling me that what I was saying was helpful to them or useful, it started to feel like maybe it's okay that I'm here. But then every time things got to the next level with the channel, I felt that imposter syndrome all over again. For those who don't know what imposter syndrome is, it's basically the feeling that you don't believe your own abilities. If somebody hires you at a job, you don't really believe you deserve to be there. If you accomplish something, it's not me, I got lucky. From personal experience, it feels like you're performing this kind of magic trick, right? And you're like, I don't know quite how I did that, and I'm not sure I can do it again. And I hope that nobody looks behind the curtain.
The paradox is that people with imposter syndrome are not frauds. They're actually high achievers who are extremely competent and are able to really excel.
So for me, I had a hard time feeling like I deserved my PhD. For years after I received it, I would get those annoying fundraising calls from my university, and I would listen really carefully to the voicemail to make sure it wasn't somebody calling to say that they had found a mistake in my dissertation and were going to revoke my PhD. So actually, when I was prepping for this talk, I realized that I wasn't the only one having that thought. There were over 158 million sort of results to that question. As a result of that fear, I was always just happy to have a job and worked really hard to keep it. I never asked myself what I really wanted. I never gave myself a ton of options. I never let myself see the strength of the relationships that I had built around me. I never let myself take in the years of experience, the training, the degrees. I acted as if it all never existed.
Well, let me tell you something. If you have knowledge or expertise that you can impart to a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger on the internet or the real world, then you are already more experienced than you realize. That's what we call influence. You see, experience isn't just about the number of years you have spent in a particular field of industry. It's about the depth of your understanding, the clarity of your insights, and the impact of your message. And here's the kicker. You are already doing this. You are already sharing your knowledge, your passion, your unique perspective with the world. You just need to do it in public.
I'm actually going to call someone out here. It's one of my good friends, a guy called Jay, who is a serial entrepreneur. He's raised millions of pounds. He has a number of different tech companies under his belt. And he really wants to put out content about conscious entrepreneurship, right? He's super qualified to talk about it. He's been in the game for well over a decade. And he just can't get over the edge. He just can't start with his first piece of content to start the wheels in motion because there's something holding him back. I'm not qualified enough. I've only been in the game for a couple of years. I haven't raised as much money as this person. So I think that sort of credentialism, I'm saying that wrong, but the word that we just made up, that I think holds a lot of people back beyond medicine as well. The wellness industry wasn't as established as now, like 7 years later. It would have been seen, at least I thought it would have been interpreted as a bit cavalier.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, like you want a qualified nutritionist, therefore how dare you talk about food kind of vibes?
Yeah, that kind of vibe, but also like just generally like getting in front of a camera and being a doctor on YouTube and Instagram and being that kind of person.
Coming back to my story about my entertainment business, before even buying my first DJ controller, I was a DJ. I have known how to mix different styles of music since 2005 with softwares like Virtual DJ on my computer. I was already having some gigs, a friend's party, a birthday or other. I have even been singing since that moment. So in 2016, I just decided to share it officially with the world and make money out of it. I learned how to mix myself just by playing with the software, experimenting and acquiring new skills by listening to mixes from other DJs. That's not all. After a couple of gigs, I was looking for solutions to optimize my earnings to invest in my growth. For me, just being a DJ wasn't sustainable, especially because it is a bit difficult to negotiate favorable deals without a serious fan base behind you. By listening to my clients' needs, I saw the opportunity to invest in different accessories like lights and sound systems to create more interesting package for my customers and me. So assuming I was so focused on just offering a DJ service and charging as much as possible to earn more, I probably wasn't really going to grow and I wouldn't have seen these opportunities to better serve my customers. So as we navigate our journey through business and entrepreneurship, let's remember to embrace versatility, to stay open-minded, and to never become too attached to one method or approach. Let's cultivate a mindset of continuous learning, growth, and adaptation, knowing that our experiences, our insights, and our contributions have the power to shape the world around us. Let's challenge ourselves to break free from the constraints of traditional thinking, to reject the notion that there is only one path to success, and to embrace the boundless possibilities that come with a dynamic mindset. Together, let's seize the opportunity to make our mark on the world, one meaningful message at a time. Now, watch this video to understand why you have to embrace your quirks. Comparison is toxic, and this is a pitfall to avoid for the success of your online business. See you in the next one.